This is exactly how my one-on-one client manifested a full-fledged relationship with her specific person, and now they are getting engaged. Hey guys, hope you're well, and I'm going to share a lovely story with you today. This is going to be a story of one of my one-on-one clients who eventually manifested a full-fledged relationship with her specific person. This story will have many things. First of all, it will have a lot about how self-sabotaging in relationships work. It will also have a lot of knowledge about how to manifest relationships if you feel that your knowledge of relationships is lacking. How to manifest relationships if you are someone who creates a lot of resentment against your specific person. How to focus on taking responsibility of your own life. How to differentiate between realistic and unrealistic expectations. So let's get into this story. I'm absolutely sure you will love it. And before this video even starts, tell me if you guys are going to be the next one. If you are going to be a good success story, if you are going to manifest what you want next, comment down below. Tell me that I am next and I will affirm with you. So that's lovely. So let's get into this video. So first of all, let's understand what was the story of my client when I met her. So as you all know and all of my clients know, so whenever someone signs up for coaching with me, I send them a set of questions, right? It's a long questionnaire where I take in all of their information about their past, about their circumstances, their mindset, what do they think is the reason that their manifestation is not here. And this client's questionnaire gave me some interesting answers. So this is exactly what her situation was. This client, this was I think her second relationship. Her first relationship ended badly, but that was not something that was affecting her. What happened in her situation was she was in a situationship with this guy. They were in a friends with benefits kind of a relationship where they used to meet, they used to get physical, they used to have romantic conversations, but they were never in a committed relationship. This girl had been seeing this guy for around a year and they were constantly going back and forth with this. But in the story that she mentioned, and the reason that she mentioned that she wasn't getting what she wants is, and this is, I am quoting her words, is that men are never going to commit to me. Men are non-committal. Men are cheaters. This guy doesn't understand my wants. He's not capable of giving me what I want. Now, whenever I get an answer like this, it is very apparent that there is something that this client is either seeing from a different lens or she's not able to see properly, or there is a part of the story that is unknown. Because if this person is in a situationship for 1 year, there must be something from both ends, right? And this is very important. This is also a very good quality that most of my clients who actually get success have, is that they're able to recognize and actually accept when they are doing something wrong. Because I think until and unless we take responsibility of our own actions, we wouldn't be able to change our own relationships, because change starts with you. So after she mentioned these things, we had this was our first call, so we connected on the call. Now this is where she mentioned her story to me. So what was happening was that this girl hasn't actually told this guy that she wants a committed relationship. For this one whole year, this guy was under the illusion that this girl was happy being in a situationship. A big reason why this was happening is because in her mind, a lot of her knowledge about how relationships are supposed to be, about how love is supposed to be, about how men are supposed to treat her came from books, Wattpad, and videos in this site. So Instagram reels, videos from people who were sharing their own experiences about relationships. So she was learning a lot about these things from there. One thing that you need to understand about movies and books is that if they give you a really good story, you wouldn't watch it. If you are watching a movie, a romantic movie, and there is no drama in there, you wouldn't watch it. So the whole purpose of the movie is to keep you there, is to help you understand the drama. It is to keep you hooked. So without that, you wouldn't actually watch the movie because it would make you feel boring. But that is how a healthy relationship can sometimes feel like: boring. Because there is no constant back and forth and anticipation if this person wants to be with me or not. And because of which, she thought that if I have this feeling, this guy should just suddenly know, right? But this guy in his mind was very clear that this girl just wants a situationship with me. So the first thing that we did is I told her that I think you should communicate your wants. And why to assume? So a lot of people, are in this situation, but when you are communicating your wants in the first time, don't assume that this person will say no. The first assumption that you should have is that this person will say yes. So for this client, this wasn't the case, but in many situations that is. In many situations, just communicating your needs can actually get you an answer that, you know what, that is exactly what I want to. And that can solve your problem then and there. So whenever you are doing anything, and this is not just in regards to a relationship, but in any area, whenever you are trying to take an action, always assume that the best case scenario will happen from there. So this client communicated her needs to this person, and this person said that, hey, I don't think that I'm at this moment in my life able to offer you a relationship. And this guy went away, and she said that, you know what, okay, I will respect my boundaries and I will walk away from this. Now, as we got to this part of the situation, she was feeling rejected, she was feeling hurt, she was feeling that my needs were not being met. So, this is where we started on her self concept work. We did a lot of affirmations which were supporting towards her. We created a life for her outside of the relationship. She started working on her finances. She started working on her career. She started working on her education. She started bettering her relationship with her friends, with her family, with her social circle, and she started focusing on her a lot. As she started focusing on that, I think 3 to 4 months later, this guy came and he said that, hey, all these 3 to 4 months when I was not with you, all I wanted to do was just to reach out to you. Also, this is for people who say that there is no movement. Look what happened with her. Movement came out of the blue, and when it came as a full manifestation. So, if you are seeing a lack of movement, that does not necessarily mean that things are not changing. It might also mean that things are happening behind the scenes and they are going to lead towards you exactly how you want, which is what happened with her. But this is where her real issues started. So, this guy is actually someone who had a very extensive career. He was very, very busy and he was very focused on his career overall. And this is something she knew as the relationship started. Now, what we discussed before, her expectations of what a relationship is supposed to be came from Instagram reels, Wattpad books, and movies that she saw, right? And she constantly used to talk to her friends about it. And what happened here is, as she started being in this relationship, she started talking to this guy. The relationship was going good. But constantly, what used to happen is she had developed unrealistic expectations of how much communication there should be. So, if this guy was not calling her 24/7, if this guy was not constantly texting her, if he was not meeting her every 2 days, she constantly started saying, oh, you know what, he's being flaky. Oh, you know what, he's not being committed. Oh, you know what, he's actually probably cheating on me. He's hurting me. He's doing this, he's doing that. And as she used to go towards her friends, they used to tell her the same things that, oh, you know what, yes, this guy should give you what you want. You deserve this, you deserve that, because none of her friends are actually giving her an unbiased opinion on what is truly happening. They are also giving her the directions from their experiences, right? And because of which she felt enabled. She felt that, you know what, my wants are completely fine. It is completely fine for me to want him to call me 5 times a day, 6 times a day. It is completely fine for me to want him to meet me every day 2 times. And this is what became her expectation. Now, even when the relationship was constantly going okay, she constantly kept projecting all of this towards this guy, that you're not calling me, you're not texting me, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And this guy, being someone who was very focused on his career, at the start he used to convince her, he used to reassure her, but eventually what started to happen is he started to get fed up. He started to realize that, you know what, I am not able to fulfill her expectations, and then he started to pull away. The more he pulled away, the more her expectation started to get higher, and she started to feel more and more reassured that this guy is not going to give me what I want. So you see how it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more she pushed, the more he got pushed away, and as he got pushed away, she started to feel that he's getting pushed away, so she started to push more, and because of that he started getting pushed away again and again. So this became a pattern. He went away and then she would say that, no, you know what, I will change and this will happen, and he used to come back. But then this became a pattern in their situation. This kept happening. This was a consistent thing that kept happening. Now this is where we first I told her that, you know what, at this moment, if this guy is pulling away, that's fine, we are not going to chase. What we are going to do is we are going to show him the change through a change in ourselves. So we are going to first change, and then we are going to project that change without doing anything. We are going to project that change energetically. Do you see, when some people walk in the room, you can just feel it, that energy, that confidence. This also happens with your school friends. A lot of times you see someone and you just say that, oh, you know what, this person has changed, I can actually see this in their energy, I can actually see this in their aura, right? And this is what happened with her. She started working on herself. So what we did was, we first started creating realistic expectations of what she should actually expect from a relationship. This does not mean that all your wants in a relationship are wrong. In fact, it's totally opposite. Only the wants that are coming to cure and fix your insecurities are wrong. Only the wants that are coming, that are making you feel that this will fix all my insecurities, are needed, are needed to be worked upon. So that is what we did. I helped her become more secure in herself. I helped her create better expectations. And with that, what happened is, she did not need him to call her 24/7 now. She started being in a place where she recognized that, you know what, if this guy has a life, that's great. I also have a life. So I also cannot call him 24/7, right? As this started to shift, this guy could also see a shift in her energy. This guy started coming to her again. He started saying that, you know what, let's meet, let's talk. And they eventually started meeting up. They started dating again. And recently she told me that they are getting engaged. How did this happen? All of this happened because of multiple reasons. First thing that happened is, we started working on her. Second thing, we created realistic expectations on what a relationship can offer. Third, we worked on her insecurities, which is only something you can do. Your partner cannot do that for you. Fourth, she was very open in accepting the fact that these are the places where I'm lacking. She was very open in accepting the fact that these are the places that I need to work. We also worked on releasing unhealthy resentment that she was creating towards this guy, because she had created a lot of resentment against him, that he's not treating me right, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. And one more is, she stopped talking to her friends about her relationship. And this is a big one. I know that you want to share things with your friends, but what you also need to recognize is, just like you wouldn't take advice from your friends about what to do if you have to actually go through a medical surgery, right? So no matter how much your friends care about you, you wouldn't let them perform a medical surgery on you, because even if they care for you, they are not qualified to do that. The same way, a lot of times when you're taking relationship advice from your friends, they are going to give you that opinion from their point of view, from the movies and the books that they have seen, from the relationships that they are a part of. It is always better to take advice from someone like a relationship coach, a mindset coach, a therapist, who can actually guide you better and help you recognize your mistakes too. Because recognizing that is a one-way ticket to making sure that you have sustainable success in your relationship area. So I really hope that this video helps you. I hope that you are able to recognize some things that you can work on in this, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you liked the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.